I'm doing a story. It's actually a persona poem on Elizabeth Keckley. I'm sure many of you know who Elizabeth Keckley is. She spent a good deal of her life here in Washington, D.C. as fashion designer, dressmaker, and the confidant of Mary Todd Lincoln, the wife of President Abraham Lincoln. So this is part of a longer poem, and it's called a memoir. It's part of her memoir. It's not the entire poem, but it's part of the poem. Called Elizabeth Keckley, the Memoir. Offspring of my mother's master, from an official rape that implanted the seeds of his own destruction. I watch my brothers and sisters denying their resemblance in identical mirrors across the color line. Their secrets kept in hide-and-seek games where the hidden is never found. Such was the way of the world in Dinwiddie, Virginia in the 1820s. I cared for my master's daughter at 4, as though I was a grown woman. After all, little colored girls had a natural motherly instinct, they said, and a stupidity that made a tumble bug seem smart. When I rocked the cradle so hard, the baby fell on the floor, and the missus fell on my back, leaving dozens of unforgotten stripes on my too light to be a pure negress skin. My skin became a curse. In the green eyes of my master's son's wife, maybe I had been here before and remembered how to navigate through the wide open mouths of crocodiles in a haunted swampland and come out alive, and come out on the other end of the tunnel to wholeness, not seeing the light, but being the light, from the oil lamp lit from within beneath the multiple mask I wore every day. It was on the day of my third battle with the slave breaker that he broke down weeping and begging forgiveness. I knew the oil lamp was lit when he couldn't beat me anymore, and only the good could come when there was no bottom in the middle of the story. Even after years of getting raped, the light was always there to engender a son who would fight and die for me, to embolden my fingers with golden threads of light and put the F in fashion, the funk and swagger of black art born in the womb of my heart, to put the shine of divinity on the bills that purchased my freedom. I traveled from St. Louis to Baltimore, to the nation's capital, on a path of light, on prayers changed to matter in the brick and mortar of a new life. I put the light into wearable art, into a simple line elegance that gave grace to the graceless owners of human beings. No one knew the secrets harbored under their hoop skirts, except the one who sold them into the fabric, leaving the scent of lilacs, the same scent of lilacs I carried in a bouquet matching my wedding dress when I exchanged vows with James Keckley, a man I had refused to marry for years until me and my son were free. That was all that mattered in our fettered world. Everything else was folly. Everything else was living on an evil wind of a broken limb of no choice. What else is there in life but to be free? Every atom, every cell, every thought flies away from the mouth of a cage once it knows the familiar stench of his foul breath. I changed the stench to lilacs, to jasmines and magnolias. I sewed golden threads of light into fabric, astounding the elite of Washington, D.C., who waltzed across the dance floor on the temple of wearable art, on the word spread faster than gossip on a mutated grapevine of the magic dressmaker, making new women out of cloth, making an enviable living from the value bestowed on her distinctive style. Enslaved woman to entrepreneur, seamstress, to fashion designer, rape victim, to married woman, mother of 10,000 contrabands, hiding under my solicitous dress. I wore the dress of light, of every color and shade that always converged to black, as in the beginning of everything, as the end when the meek inherit the earth, and the people who are freed wonder why they are not really free. It is the same bottomless story in the middle that I filled with fashion and teaching and alms and organizations and business as usual plans to feed the hungry, homeless refugees of the war. My most magnificent gown was not a gown at all, but an idea of the divine in a design of jubilee.